Welcome to the Success Sensei podcast for anyone interested in success, happiness, and balance. We'll teach you how to be a black belt at life. And now, your host, former professional fighter, multiple world champion, entrepreneur, and investor, Robert Devane.
This is Roundhouse Rob, the Success Sensei, helping you to win at life one kick and punch at a time. Today we're talking about, are you worried about your future? This is episode 193. Welcome to the Friday Blitz.
The Success Sensei, Friday Blitz coming at ya.
Are you worried about your future? If everybody was honest, we're all worried to some extent. Some people are more worried than other people. The biggest worry is that your worry is a debilitating worry. So in other words, you're so worried that you have worried yourself into a state of non-action. That's not positive, and that's absolutely something that you may need help to get yourself out of. So we're not talking about worry that's so bad it's debilitating and you're not even getting out of bed, and it's potentially not even worry, it's something more like depression. If that is the case, you absolutely need to seek a professional. What we are talking about is the worry, the sometimes low level, medium level or serious level worry that's in people's lives on a daily basis, that they bury their head in the sand to avoid, or they just put it in the back of the head. As Irish people, we're great at doing that, putting worries into the back of the head. I don't have time to be worried now, I don't have time to think about that. And I stick it in the back of my mind. And the problem with that is these things just get worse. That worry is there. It affects your positive moments in your life. You can't enjoy them because you know that this worry is in the back of your mind. It needs to be dealt with, or it grows like a monster. Some worry is actually not that bad. You're not trying to eliminate all worry from your life because it's impossible. As a human being, you're going to worry. It's one of the things that helps you to prepare. You can, if you have balance in your life and you're not overly worried, but you're not under worried, you've got a mid-level of worry, shall we say, you can use it to fuel your goals. There's many things that we are worried about that we can protect ourselves from. Right, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Let's talk about the pandemic and COVID. Yes, there was very little that anybody could really do to prepare. I mean, you could have had your home, I don't know, more blinged out and had your indoor swimming pool and had your gym and had a house that was COVID proof that you didn't mind being in lockdown. You could have had a bigger war chest, bigger treasure chest full of funds that you could have, all of these things you could have. But the majority of people, the 99.9% of people, were caught unaware with COVID. However, with all other things, there's many things that are controllable. So COVID, I would think, is the uncontrollable. It's very hard. We're all reacting to what's happening. There's not as much control there so there's no point in worrying about things that you cannot control. But there will be other things in life. I mean, the recession, there was many people who had a great time in the recession. I know that's a really hard concept, but there was many people who were prepared for the recession, had a great time and were able to capitalize on it, and are looking for another one because they're hoping that the same thing happens again. So I'm specifically talking about investors who are recession ready, who have cash in hand, access to credit, and who can't wait for prices to drop, whereas everybody else is absolutely terrified of it. So there are things that you can do to not eliminate your worry, but definitely control your worry. So you need to think about and ask yourself the question, because a lot of the worry is futile. What can you do today, this week, this month, or this year that could alleviate some of your future worries? So what is it that you're worried about? You can shape your goals today, tomorrow, this week, this month, this year, to alleviate some of your future worries. And that's what goals are a lot of the time. Anything that you're worried about in the future, set your goals today to prepare. I mean, it's the same reason why farmers, in the summer work really hard. They reap what they sow, so that in the winter they're ready. You know, they're prepared. They have an abundance of food, hopefully, if they've done it correctly. People that live, you know, in this country and in other countries that are cold in the winter, in the summer they'll generally collect, you know, wood, or they'll collect turf, or they'll collect coal or something, because they know the winter is coming. They want to be prepared, and they want to alleviate any kind of worries in the winter about, you know, not being warm enough or being cold. So it makes sense. So there are things that you can prepare. Christmas is another one I often talk about. It comes around every year, whether you want it to or not. It's a big financial worry for everybody every year. Things like, you know, Christmas, birthdays, communion, summer holidays, they all come around. They're all big financial burdens. But if you bury your head in your sand and you don't actually save, you know that it's going to be around every year. So there's no reason why you couldn't prepare for it every year ahead of time. This is made very simplistic. My next few points are very simplistic, but you know, you can exaggerate them and make them bigger and make them fit your own particular lifestyle. But if you are worried about the future, if you're worried about being lonely in the future, basically put yourself more out there now. So put yourself out there now in whatever shape or form you deem is acceptable for you. If you are worried about money for the future, guess what? Save today. I told you that's very simplistic, but it makes sense. If you're worried about future money, start saving today. Start investing today. If you're worried about your future health, if that's something that's on your mind, well, absolutely look in and start daily exercise, physical exercise, and absolutely look into purchasing health insurance. So if you're worried about future health, why not look into those areas today? Whether you choose to take action or not is up to you, but what's the point of burying your head in the sand, as I said, like an ostrich, and not actually thinking these things through when you actually have a chance today to do something today? What can you do today? If you're worried about your job or your future skills becoming redundant, maybe robots are going to take over your job, it's going to be automated, you need to think about, what about, you know, further education? What could you do today to make your job or your career, your skills future-proof? This worry on ourselves, by the way, when kids come along, I don't know whether you have kids or not right now, that worry goes to them and you start worrying about them and what about their future, etc., etc. A common thing that a lot of people do, if you're in a position to do it, a lot of people do it, is they worry about their children's college education. Because pretty much at this stage, every child is going to college and it's a massive expense. I know there's apprenticeships and all kinds of things, and you know, people leaving school after leaving cert or whatever your state exam is and going on, but that's fewer and fewer. It's happening, and pretty much every parent is worried about potential college costs, which is why a lot of parents, if they're in a position to do so, try to save their child benefit, so that the tax rebate you get for having children and raising children, they try to save it and not actually spend it and put it into something that hopefully it'll be there and not dip into it, which is very hard. And hopefully it's there then when you know your children become college age. So there's a lot of people do a lot of different things to try to worry proof their future. As I said, your worry will never be eliminated, and a bit of worry is fine as long as it can be used to shape your future in a positive way. You need to balance out your worry. You need to balance it out. And if you do need any help in this area, especially worry related goals, I am always available, and you can hit me up through the successsensei.com. I still need podcast reviews, likes and shares. Thank you to everybody that has helped so far to grow this channel. I very much appreciate it, and I would absolutely like to reach more people and to get more listeners. And if you can help in any shape or form, that would be greatly appreciated. The biggest compliment you could ever pay to anybody that's podcasting is to refer them to a friend, or to refer an episode or a podcast, or to write a review. I've stated in the past how valuable reviews are for the algorithms and for the organic growth, especially Apple iTunes and the Apple, I'm not even sure if they call it Apple iTunes, I think it's called Apple Podcasts. Thank you for listening. I'm Roundhouse Rob, the Success Sensei. Life is a fight you can enjoy and win. Bowing out.
This has been the Success Sensei, fighting the winning fight. So add us, subscribe, like, and comment. Keep those hands up and keep moving forward.